that respect or this leadership of other people. So you have to, because, and I think that is important because like that you can someone that was a good lad, or that how say that it's someone that can put himself in the position of the people. So I think that is a good quality for a leader. It's so important to be how say that someone that shows the not just speak but act. So I think that it's another quality. So empathy, and how to say that leadership for action, not just for how to say that by speak something. And to me, it's like that. I don't know. What do you think about Sarah?
Yes, I agree. It's hard to define leadership, but I think it's someone that can also understand that people are different and adapt the group and adapt the tasks according to the needs of each individual. I think it's a good leader. What do you think, Gabi?
Well, I think the good leader have knowing how to delegate efficiently, giving clear feedback, and supporting the team. In my opinion, are essential. A good leader, I think, should also be empathetic, lead by example, and inspire trust and motivation within the group.
What about you, Christian?
So I believe that communication is a crucial skill because communication is not just about talking. It's something bigger. I'm gonna say it's something that you. mm, I think those some has the gift or being so communicative, but for others it's so difficult to be good at this. In my personal case, I am playing the role as a leader in my project, but it's something that I think that I lack of I have a lack of knowledge, so I need to practice more communication about communication. I think that a leader has to be humble as well because sometimes there are some leaders who just think that they are like superior and they diminish or other people, or perhaps the colleagues that who works with him or with her. Let me see what else. I think that's something interesting Rafael said. It's about a leader who really know how he's saying or what he's leading because there are some leaders who just know the theoretical part of something, but when they are in the place that they really need to do that, they don't know how to do it. So I think it's a good leader really needs to show something by example. So it's a leader who is good at something. They will be ready to show how to do it instead just saying how to telling people to do it. So yeah, that's it, my view.
Nice, guys. Thank you for your opinions. Question number 2. Can leadership be learned or is a natural talent? Why do you think so? Luis.
Well, I think that leadership is a natural talent because for people introvert like me, it's a real challenge to lead some things. And I think that is very close to how social you are in your real life, not only work life. And but I think that's a skill that you can learn through the life. And how about you, Gabriel? What do you think?
Um, I think I believe leadership can be a natural talent too, but becoming a good leader is something that is developed over time. with experience, training, and self-awareness, awareness, anyone can improve their leadership skills. And about you, Rafa?
Yeah, I agree with you too, but at the same time, I disagree. I don't know because I think that it's just a part of the nature. I don't love so much to say that oh, it's nature of someone. The only thing that like I said, Gabi, in the meaning that we made apart before. I think that the one thing that I think that's nature is someone that sings so good. It's something that I believe that oh, these people that people how say it born with this talent. For the other things, I think there are people that have more facilities. That's something that's in the other that are more difficult. And in the case of the leadership, and I understand something that we said that it's about to has how to say that introverted or also I think that it's just something that if you want so much you can do it, but maybe that can how to say that fix with your personality. So I'm thinking yet, but now I'm thinking more. Before I thought that it was something that no, it's just something that you learn, and you have to be so good in something. So I think to be a leader, it's another characteristic. So that's it to me. A little bit confusing, but I was continue thinking here. And for you, Christian, what do you think about it?
So from my view, almost all skills can be learned, but I totally agree that some of them can be more difficult for some people. I completely feel Luis because I consider myself an introvert guy. And for me, for example, facing this new phase in my professional life that it's leading a group of people, it's difficult. It's so challenging, but but practice by studying more, by as well by experience, perhaps doing more networking for some leaders, or even just watching some speeches from famous leaders like from different leaders worldwide. It can help you perhaps improving your leadership skills. uh, but obviously, some people has the ease, for example, to speak in public, to speak without doubting, or they don't feel afraid of share their ideas. And for someone who is like more introvert like me, it's so difficult to do that. But I think that it can be enhanced, it can be developed by practice, or with practice mostly. Yeah, that's it. Sarah, what do you think about it?
I agree with you guys. I'm also an introvert. That's why I am here on Talk and Talk trying to expose myself a little more. And I remember when I was a kid, until today, if I have to present a work or during, the during my college times when I have to, I think it's present the expression to present a work. Oh my God, it was terrible. I have to practice like a lot, a lot. I am not natural. Nowadays, I get anxious just to think about it. So these skills of speaking in public for me, it's something that I don't have. I think here is more easy because we have a screen, so I cannot, I don't see your faces looking at me live. But yeah, I think leadership, we I think we can always learn something, but some people are more natural than others. All right, guys, question number 3. Have you ever been in a leadership position? What did you learn from the experience? Gabi.
Oh, yes, I have. I learned that working with people it's extremely challenging, but also very where word wording where wording where wording yes, it taught me the importance of and patience, listening and adapting to different personality and situation was very hard.
Which was the situation you were a leader? It was like at work or in school?
At work, I was an assistant in a medical clinic, and I was a point of the other staffs. So I was
Okay.
to give information and talk someone to call someone to talk about that that person fez alguma coisa de errado, or give information about the some rules of the company, and this present
God.
something new about the new process. And yes,
Got it. It must be horrible to have to correct people, chamar atenção. For me, it's horrible.
yes, yes.
Rafael, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that to me, I could think about the two experiences. So the first one is like a professor, so it's something new to me. I started that are just well, I think 1 year and a half or something like that, and I love it. So it's also interesting in many ways. In the how say that in the selfish way, I realized that I learned so much. I learned more than in the other situations. If it was just me with my books or with my materials, I will not how to say that put so much energy to be that I'm doing now that I'm a professor. So and for there are other things like Christian said, or there are many brilliant students, the passionate students, and so it's so interesting to share with the people. So it's something that I didn't know before, but it was missing to me in my life, especially after the pandemic moment. So time. So it was very, very. I love it. Do it, and it's hard. I'm a word that I knew with you today. It's introvert and extrovert, something like that. I will practice more my pronunciation, but I'm an opposite of introvert. I'm extrovert person, and maybe it's a little bit more easy. But I have to say that it's something you have to practice. And when I was there with Dan, in the first moment, it was everything in French, and it's not my tongue language. So it was hard, but after I have to be there every week, and after 4 weeks it was more easy, and that's it. I think that you have passion, but that's it. The other situation to me, it was when I was I'll say that a captain in a team of basketball, because I used to play it, especially in university, and it was natural. It was something that I used not to speak so much, but I was a leader in a way. How say that in a court. So I was the someone that every time, and it was something interesting to me. So what's your opinion, or Christian, about it? You have some experience to share with us?
Sure. I never thought about it before because you mentioned something about sports. And actually, as I said, I really love playing volleyball. And actually, I have been several times the captain of my team when I was in the high school or in the university. And I'm not sure what I learned from it, but I think that I was a bad leader because I don't used to support my team because when, for example, one colleague failed in some point, I used to yell at them. But I think that it was a really bad leader. And now that I'm thinking more deeply about it, I played the role as a leader several times in my life. And until now, I don't like it. I don't like it, and I consider myself as a good leader. So in my current job, yeah, I am working as tech lead. I need to learn how to uh, handle different situations. Like working directly with people is so different than working just with a machine in front of you. You need there are sometimes I need to give feedbacks, bad or good feedbacks, and it's something that it's really tough. I'm gonna say, because I am not that how can I say it? With my expression, with my face, I cannot fake something with when it's something wrong and I didn't like it, even though I try to convey this information in a like a smoothie way. I cannot because my fake my face. I cannot control it. If I am angry, I will seem angry. So I cannot do that. It's impossible. I'm not sure if someday I will be able to do it. But yeah, as I already said, something that I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I'm not sure if someday I will consider myself as a good leader. Yeah, but that's it. I already had several experience as a leader. Uh, yeah, Luis, go ahead. What do you think about it?
Well, I had the experience to be a leader in the past, and was different scenarios. But I learned that a lot of good things. Work with pressure, and communication skills is the most important skill that you have because you need to deal with different people with different backgrounds every time, and you need to be very clear in how to instruct these peoples with the tasks and back about communications. I learned that a code that I use a lot until today, that is communication is not you is not communication is not about how about you talk, but how people understand. So you need to be very, very, very clear and very quickly sometimes. So you need to have a clear vision about your business and how to resolve the things. But when you work with a team that you know the people for a long time, it's very easy to know because you can be more direct. But when you had to lead people that you don't know and have backgrounds very, very, very different is a struggle every day. And like Gabriela said in the beginning of the question, is very hard to work with people. And I learned these things and bring to my life.
For sure, guys. Thank you for your opinions on this and sharing your experiences. I want to become a leader, but I think for me the hardest part is to give feedback, like Christian said and Gabby also said. I think I'm a people pleaser in some way, and I don't want to hurt people's feelings, so I try to give them a good feedback, but sometimes you have to tell the truth. I am also like Christian, I cannot fake my facial expressions. So when I don't agree with something, I'm like this in the video. It's bad to control that. Question number 4, guys. Do you think a good leader should always make the final decision or involve the team? Why? Rafael.
Yeah, I think that I don't know what we are talking about. How to say that final decision, but what is final decision? But if we think that the final decision is something that I think that's important to involve your team. It's true, but I think that the leader in the same the when you don't have what to do exactly, I think that's the moment what the leader have to make a choice. But it's also important. like Christian said, to be humble. How to say that, to listen everybody, to consider all point of views, and to think what is better. And normally, and like I said too, the leader normally is someone that is recognized by other people, like good, or maybe the best person in that situation. So normally, if the people, if that person is a true leader of the team, will, how to say that, consider even more his opinion. So I think it's more or less like that. It's something that we have to do, and it's, I think it's because of that that it's so hard when we have someone like a leader and we don't, how to say that, admire this person, because we it's something that we have to so that you have to trust someone to consider that person like a leader. So to me, it's like that. I don't know if I answer, but what do you think about Sarah?
I totally agree. I recently read a famous book called O Monge e o Executivo in Portuguese. And the beginning of the book, they talk about the difference between a leader that leads by power and a leader that leads by authority. A leader that leads by power, he forces his decision, and the other leader, he creates community, he inspires other people, so people trust him, trust his opinion, he trusts that he is the authority. So for me, this part of the book translates what you were talking about, Rafael.
No, very
Luis,
interesting.
sorry. Luis, what do you think?
Well, I think that a good leader should always make decision with his team, because sometimes some tasks you need different point of views and different skills. So it's important to always be together with your team. Personally, I think this because I always try to find different answer, but I think it's that you always with your team. And how about you, Gabriela?
Um, I think a leader should involve the team to keep them informed and engaged in the process. However, the final decision must be made by the leader, who is, in my opinion, who is ultimately responsible for the process and for the team, and may have access to information or experience that the team doesn't. But it's always, in my opinion, viable to listen to the team's input. And for you, Chris?
So I am afraid I cannot agree with this statement because I believe, very firstly, I believe that the leader is not the smartest guy in a group. The leader is someone who has more skills about managing people, perhaps gathering ideas, or perhaps or showing the best part or the best skill that a colleague or a subordinate, I'm not sure if I can use that word, can bring or can bring to the project or to the group. So I believe that not all of the decision can be done or made by the leader. I think that it can be made by more people. Obviously, it's difficult to make a decision involve with all of the group, but it's not. I'm gonna say that it's not the just the call of the leader. I think that it's something that a leader has to understand that he or she is not the smartest one, because in a personal case, in my group, there are really skillist. Yeah, that's I see that that's it. Skilled colleagues who know more, really have really huge, more huge knowledge than me in different contexts, and it's okay. It's totally normal. The only thing that I do is like joining ideas, perhaps trying to find the best way to solve the different issues, different features, and obviously with their ideas. So it's something that has to be done in group with others' ideas as well.
And I think it also depends on which group you are leading. Like Luis said, maybe you are leading people who has more seniority, Christian, and you uh, maybe are more open to listen to their opinions because they have more skills, technical skills. And so the decision making is like made in a group. But I am very in a lower seniority than my tech leader, and sometimes I need him to make the decision for me, you know? I ask his advice and he listens to me. I feel that he listens, but sometimes he shows me the way, and I need a leader to do that because I am not very skilled to do that. I don't have a lot of experience and confidence to make the decision by myself. So it depends on the people you are leading to, I think. Question number 5. 5? Yes. How do great leaders inspire others without using authority or pressure? Gabi.
Well, in my opinion, they lead with transparency, delegate clearly, understand the business, and offer support whenever possible. I think they build trust, recognize them team efforts, and create a positive environment that encourages growth and collaboration, I think. And you, Luis?
Well, I think that a leader that inspires you is that leader who is on your side when you need, is a side on with your team when he stimulates the team to challenge uh, themselves some way, and a leader who fights for your team, you know. This is some bad examples that I had in the past with great leaders and didn't have with bad leaders. And how about you, Rafael?
Yeah, I agree with you. It was very, very interesting. That I think now that you said, I think trust is a key for a leadership. It's something very, very important, and a leader have to create this, how say that, link of trust, if I can say it like that, to be a very good leader. And to say another thing too, I think that it's something that leader. To have to inspire someone without how to say that authority or pressure. It's like I said. It's, for example, it's someone that act in his action. You can see yourself. You can feel trust, and you can how to that admire him. I think to me it's so important to be how to say that, to be leader for someone. That's it to me also. And it's very, very interesting, like you said, especially in the because we are talking about leadership and the leader to be a leader in the general abstract context, but especially in the workplace. I think it's also important someone that you can trust, and that fight for the team and take the responsibility for his choice. Is something that I admire, and I can also that it's a kind of leader that I want to be in my life. So that's it to me. And for you, Christian?
So I think that as well, another point that I would like to add is a leader who teach, because I know people who have a lot of knowledge, but they don't like to share that knowledge because they think that because they struggle it so much by learning that, other people don't deserve to learn it easily. So I think that someone who shares the knowledge without any problem, I think it's a good leader, and I get inspired by that as well. Let me see what else. Yeah, I already mentioned it that it's doing by example, or yeah, working by example, not just by telling. Another thing is how they lead with no, how they handle bad situation or issues. I think that a good leader will firstly put the face for the team, and how they manage this stressful time. I think it's a good sign. Firstly, to know if it is a good leader, if you can trust on him or on her. So yeah, those are some examples.
Nice, guys. And since Christian is talking about trust, if we can trust our leader, the next question is, what's the difference between being a leader and being a boss? And extra question, do you guys trust your own leaders to tell them, for example, you're having a bad day, or tell them something personal that is affecting your work? Luis.
Well, personally, I'm a very introvert and I don't like to bring some of my personal life to work, you know. But I trust in my leaders, but at some just on a work level, you know. If like transparency in the work, that something like that. But I personally I don't like to share my personal life in work, you know. I think that's very strange.
Oh my God, if it was up to me, I would tell everything to my leader. But because we are the same age and she's a woman and we are very close friends, so it's a good relationship. But what is the difference between being a leader and being a boss, Luis? Question number 6. Sorry, I mixed two questions.
Okay, being a leader, I think that's is that guy who know everything about the business and want your help to everyone grow, you know. And a boss is just that guy who like to I don't know, but I think as like well, I don't know. I never had a boss in my life, I think.
That's good, lucky you.
Yes.
All right, please, Luis, choose someone to answer next.
Okay, Christian, how about you? What can you say about question number 6?
Let me think about it. Firstly, I think that a boss is just a guy who asks for results, for who asks for how is it going, but he or she doesn't help in anything of a specific task. About the difference, no, what was the other okay, about trusting. So I think that it's not about the how my leader is nowadays, my manager. It's about the way that I am. I like to be transparent. So everything that he asks me about different things, about the things that I want to do for my future, it's a common question. What would you like for your future? Or how what would you like to do here in our company, something like that? For example, I always share my dream that is living in another country. That would be leaving my current job. So when he asked me about it, I told him without any problems, because I think that I really like to be honest in that part. So I'm not sure. I'm sure that it's not about the way that my leader is. It's about the kind of person that I am. But as Luis said, I don't like to share personal things with my colleagues in general, because I don't consider my colleagues as my family. I just consider them as colleagues. So or my friends, for example. But yeah, that's it. I trust my leader, but it's not because I consider he like a really great leader. Perhaps he is, but I'm not sure. And you, Rafael, what do you think?
Yeah, it's interesting too. Just think about so to me, to answer first the question number six, the difference between being a leader and being a boss. I think it's so. Now I can just think about the classification that Sarah told us. So about how say that someone that has the power and it's someone how so that has the power of your future is your boss in the work. So it's someone that can hire you and or can fire you. So I don't know. It's like that we said in English with that. So demitido. So it's something that is like that. And to be a leader, it's a good quality. So it's something that. Someone that you respect and then you trust. There are that other, I'll say that relations. It's not just the power. It's the other thing. It's someone that you admire, and yeah, I think that now that we talk a little bit about it, I realize that there is not just one type of leadership. There are many types of leaderships, and no one is complete. There are and I think to be a good leader is to realize how also create a unique relationship with people. So you can realize, no, that people want to share so much. No, oh, this person want to just to be how so that relax or something like that. So it's so important. And to answer the other question too, it was about how say that if I trust my leader now, it's hard to say because I don't have a true leader now. I have my supervisor and the professors that I've been working for them, but it's not a true leader or a boss. They are my boss because there are a main professor, but there are people that I don't see so much. It's the one, two, three times a year or something like that. So I do what I want and I do my research very very for me. But something that Luis said before that I'm thinking about how to say that too. It's I will not share something, for example, with my supervisor now because I don't know him so much. It's something that Luis said to also that to trust someone to be a leader. You have to have contact with the person. So, for example, just for finish with my ex supervisor, I have I'm so close to him. So I will share anything with him, my problems, etc. But with my supervisor now, that will be impossible. So did you answer this question, Gabi? I think you are not answered yet. So go ahead.
Okay. I believe a leader grows and develops alongside the team, participating actively in the journey. But I think a boss often focus only on results, sometimes without showing interest in the process or in the development of the people involved.
Good point. I think that's it. And sometimes I don't think I can say that, but I feel like a boss is someone that micromanages you and are more concerned about if you are doing the agreed hours rather than if you are delivering what you're supposed to deliver. Question number 7. Who is a leader, famous or personal? Oh my God, this question is weird. Who is a famous leader that you admire, and what do you admire about them? I think I had a typo here, sorry. So again, who is a famous leader that you admire, or maybe a personal leader in your life that you admire, and what do you admire about them? Luis.
Well, I think that a famous leader that I admire because it's very real It's a character from a TV series called Michael Scott from The Office, because it's very real. All the situations are very, very real. And I never had one laugh with The Office because I always lived that situation in my life. For me, The Office is not a comedy series, it's very a documental series. So
Oh my
I
God.
would I would like to say Michael Scott because it's very real, you know.
I don't know if I laugh or if I
Yes, yes.
respect your experience.
Yes. Today I can have a lot of laughs, but when you are living through that kind of all that situations is not funny. But no, but I always think about Michael Scott. And about you, Rafael.
Oh, after that, I don't know what to answer. So it was a leader that I admire. I don't know. So it's so hard. Because to be honest, like my life, it is not to be a leader, not to be how to say that lead for someone. So I said like I realized that I'm a leader and a kind of leader in like a professor, but it's just I'm leader this moment, that moment. So to answer or something that I love, it's also that a professor that I admired. It's the history about Paulo Freire. So it's something. It's someone that how to say that to teach how to teach. So how to pedagogy and I admire as also that his ideology that is in his knowledgement that is about also that no one is against this education that we can say that or like a bank when you the professor know everything the students know nothing. So that's it to me. Paulo Freire to choose someone. And for you, Christian.
So the first one I'm gonna mention will be Marcelo Claure. It's a Bolivian billionaire who lives in the United States. I think he's the most important investor, Bolivian investor. So I admire him because Bolivians we are not just well known around the globe. You won't hear about a Bolivian guy who did something or who has done something. So currently, Marcelo Claure is the most important, I wanna say, Bolivian over there in the world. Besides, he invested in my favorite football soccer team, that is Bolivar, and it became it's one of the most important team in not just in Bolivia as well in South America. And now I think that he's going to try to I don't know how to say be part of the I think that he's thinking about becoming the president of Bolivia, so I think it's something good because in my personal case he's the only one who is prepared for that position in the political context in my country. Another one that I'm gonna mention is Simon Sinek. I frequently listen to their podcast. I think that he's so inspiring the way that he communicates. Every time that I watch his podcast, I always think I would like to talk in that way because the way that he does it, it's really really inspiring, really touchable. I'm gonna say. Yeah, that's it.
That's great. I
What
have
about
some
you, Sarah?
things. Oh, sorry. I was just saying that I've never heard of these two guys, Marcelo Claude and Simon
I
Sinek.
searched it too. Interesting.
Yes,
I will read the Wikipedia after.
me too. My favorite leader is Ted Lasso from the series Ted Lasso. I'm gonna type here in case you never heard of this. Thank you, Christian. Ted Lasso for me is an amazing leader. I became, I don't know, obsessed with learning about leadership after I watched the series. I don't know why I like it. It talks about a football coach, and I hate football, but I love the series, so it's good. What about you, Gabi?
Well, a leader that I admire is it um because She raised me alone when she was 19 and taught me everything I know about honesty, dedication, and education. I admire her resilience and her ability to forgive.
That's so
Yes, this.
beautiful. Thank you, Gabi. All right, guys, I don't think we have question for one more. We have only 2 minutes. So thank you so much for being with me today, Gabi, Rafael, Luis, and Christian. I hope I'll see you guys some other time and have a good